Welcome back to Ideas Spotlight here on Beyond the Brick. I'm Joshua Hanlon, and today I've got Brian joining me to talk about his Lego crown. And thanks to Clone Army Customs for helping make these live streams possible. Check out all of their fantastic Lego Star Wars minifigures and custom accessories at clonearmycustoms.com. Now, we do have a very beautiful royal piece of Lego building for you today. So this is a wonderful crown build done here by Brian. So Brian, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself real quick, and then we'll dive on into the build.
Yeah, hi, and thanks for having me. Glad to be here. I'm Brian. I'm living in Denmark. I'm turned 39 this year, so I'm an old guy. And I was 7 year when the Pirates theme was released in '89. So that's my big, what do you call that? Yeah,
your main interest. You can see that with all the pirate stuff around you, and we'll get more into that later with one of your other projects. But yeah, certainly a fantastic theme. So you mentioned you live in Denmark. Are you near Billund then, or are you in kind of a further part of the country?
I live 30 minutes drive from Billund, so I have a season pass for Legoland with the kids. So I always it a lot. So
that's awesome. Pretty, yeah, I think a lot of fans would like to be that close to the home of Lego.
Yeah, I know that because every time I talk to someone else around the world, they always say, "Are you close to Billund?" Yes. And I'm like, okay, there's people living in Billund, so they're even closer, and I envy them. So yeah, but it's good.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah. So let's talk about this build here then. So what was the inspiration for this crown build? Where did you kind of first get this idea?
Well, I got the idea because there was a Danish designer. He made a book about the royal families. And then I talked to him, and then I just started building. There's an echo.
No, you sound good here, so okay, I think we're all good. So you were reading this book by the designer, and that's kind of what inspired you to try doing the build.
And then I talked to him, and can we do this? And and then we could. Then I started to build it, and it was really hard to get all the golden parts because a golden part is not. Yeah, I looted Bricklink a lot, so.
Yeah, there's really high quantities of certain parts in this build, so I think you've got it there in front of you, right? Do you have the physical build?
I have the physical one here, so
you can you can kind of show off then and explain kind of the parts that are in big quantities here. What were some of the harder parts for you to get a hold of?
For example, these the flags, they are left and right flags. They were really hard to get because I could get a lot of the right turn flag, but the left flag, that was really hard. But I found them down in Germany, and don't ask the price. They were pretty expensive. So
somehow Germany always has quantities of every piece. That's where all of the big Bricklink sellers are.
Yeah, exactly. I think half of the parts is from Germany, and the other half is from Denmark. So that's pretty good. And maybe some parts from Holland, I guess. But it's been pretty good. But it took a while. I spent almost a month to build it, including finding the parts. So it's been it went good.
And one big question whenever you build something like this is it wearable? Can you wear this on your head? Is it sturdy enough to do that?
So you can run with it because then it will break. But for a royal ceremony, that would be good. So
there you go. I think somehow in Billund they should be able to incorporate this into some ceremony there, maybe with new employees or something like that. It seems like there's some way they could use this.
Yeah, that would be really cool. And when you have to work in Billund, you have to get sworn in by the royal brick or something like that. So it's pretty cool.
So explain then kind of the overall structure of the crown. How did you get, because you've got some unusual shapes going here. Not only do you have all those diamond and gold pieces, but you've got lots of different shapes happening here to kind of create the beautiful curvature of the crown.
Yeah, it basically it's plates around. Well, but I don't know the English word of this, but it's plates and then I have the toe balls in behind to connect them all, and then I just fill up with the gold and the diamonds in the shapes.
And then
yeah,
just kind of use clip pieces then to connect everything up.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and
then,
you got all of those white diamonds. There's so many of those. Did you try to place those in the same way that they're placed on the real crown, so it kind of creates the same pattern as close as you could get?
I tried to, but it's really hard because on the real crown I can't find a smooth way to do it. But I looked at the real crown, and then I decided to go with the big blue sapphire, and then I tried to build up with this. And the Danish word is bøjle. It's an arm into the centerpiece. So I tried to take the shape of the real crown and use that so you can see what it is. So, and everybody then seeing the real crown, they can recognize the blue sapphire and the blue globe on the top.
And this is based on the real Danish crown that's in a castle there in Denmark, correct?
Yeah, that is correct. It's in the Rosenborg Castle in Copenhagen, and the crown is from Christian V, the old king.
And so, I think these are on display. The public can see the crown jewels, right?
Like you can do that. It's they're down in the basement, and that it's public. It's like the Tower of London, just our version in Denmark. So.
Yeah, I always think that's so neat whenever traveling in Europe in particular, different countries that have kind of the crown jewels on display like that is really cool to see. So if anyone's ever in Copenhagen, you can see all of these beautiful Danish crown jewels on display in the castle there.
Yeah, they can do that. And you have to go and see it because it's really amazing to see it. It's been some years, 4 years since I've been there by myself, but don't miss that out. It's really a beautiful thing to see.
So now, did you build this with kind of specifically wearing it in mind, or would this mostly just be kind of a display piece that you would kind of put on a shelf and it would look nice on display? Or what did you anticipate that if this was turned into a set, you'd be able to kind of move it around much, or is it not strong enough for that?
You can move it quite a lot because when it's totally what do you call that? Yeah. When it's put together, it's pretty strong. But when I take off the top, it's not very strong. So, but yeah, you can wear it. But well, I think it should be in a display. I will use it for display. So,
yeah. Have you reached out to the castle where these are on display, or any place like that, to try to help promote the project or try to get more kind of support and votes coming over to the Ideas project?
No, not yet, but I will do that. Actually, I talked to one of the employees at the castle in Kolding. We have a castle in Kolding that works together with the Rosenborg Castle in Copenhagen. And I told her what I was doing and why, and asked to permission for taking the photos at the castle. But that never happened because my friend that took the photos, she said, you just need a black background for the photos, and okay, and we'll do that. So photos in the studio. So
it does stand out really nicely against the black background. There's a question in the chat here. Do you know how many diamonds, the exact number of diamonds that are in the crown?
800.
Wow.
800. Yeah.
That's a lot.
I stopped counting.
It's like a diamonds parts pack if you could buy this set.
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And I still have left. So.
That is really impressive that you were able to collect that many diamonds and then use them all in this one build. So great work there. We'll make sure to have a link to this project in the description of the video. So everyone watching, you can go over and support the crown here. It's got wonderful connections to Denmark, the home of Lego, and it's just a beautiful looking piece as well. So I definitely recommend everyone to go over and support this project, and I think this would look great on display as well. There's a second project we wanted to talk about as well. That's your Imperial Guards trading outpost, and you had previously had a Imperial Guards kind of outpost project that actually hit 10,000 but wasn't turned into a set. You've got this project out there right now, and I love the old Imperial and Pirates sets and themes. That's what I grew up playing with a ton of with like all sorts of islands and just setting up outposts and stuff like this. So these kind of projects really speak to me. So tell us kind of the story behind this and what's going on with this build.
Yeah, well, this build I made that after I made the fortress, because I also make a lot of huge displays for the Scarebag and that kind of stuff. But we haven't been out doing display this year. But then I made this, and it's a story that connects with the fortress. And can you stop there? And you can see the two guys there. I have 3 figures with the old blue uniforms, and they are named after 3 of my friends here in Europe. Henrik from Holland, Emmanuel from Italy, and Julius from Poland. So there's an actually story on my Facebook page with them. So that inspiration for these figures came from these 3 guys. So pretty funny. But the basic story about this, actually, it was not named. Actually, it was named Caswell Point at the beginning, but I had to change the name when I submitted this time. So, and Caswell is a area in Northern Carolina, because all the American War back in the 1700, I like that, and the inspiration came from there. So that is basically that.
And it's neat. I like this build because it's kind of the contrast of the wooden building there with the big kind of watchtower, the brick kind of tower there. So you get kind of 2 different styles of architecture and building, which I think work really well together and make this nice contrast.
Yeah, and under the rock, there's actually, I don't know if you can see on these photos. You can, because I haven't submitted these photos yet. But under the rock, under the tower, there's an actually hidden treasure under that. You can see the hinge in the bottom, and you can actually open the front of the cliff, and then there's a big treasure inside. So
you got to have that secret play feature. That's something that a lot of my favorite Lego themes over the years have done. Thinking of like the old Forest Men sets and stuff like that, they would include those fun little hideaway spots. You could hide treasure, maybe imprison some people, whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah, you can do that. You can open the cliff, and in the basement behind the old man, there's a hidden door. So you can actually push in the side, and then in the other end, behind the cannon, you can pull out, and then the door will be open for real. So under the whole construction, there is a bar to pull the door open. So, yeah.
That's great. Yeah, this is a wonderful build. I think it definitely is reminiscent of the old Imperial sets from the 90s era. So some of my favorite stuff. So I'd love to see that theme make a comeback here. So I definitely go over and support this project, everyone, as well, and see if we can maybe eventually. I mean, we got the Barracuda Bay set, which is behind me here. You can see that on display. So some Imperial sets would go great with that. I think that'd be really cool.
We need some more Imperial for sure, but now they turned down three great projects. My own project, and the project of Delusion Brick, and Crackley's Caribbean Clipper was turned down. And it's really sad, because we need the pirates. You can't have pirates and no Imperials. So they need to fight somebody. So.
That's right. You got to have some conflict in there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And in case anyone questions how big of a fan you are, I want to give you a chance to show off your 3D printed parts. So you've actually made some really cool kind of pirate, weapons and accessories that you've 3D printed there, right?
Yeah, you can see the parrot just behind me. That's it's not me that did the 3D print, but it's one in my family that do it. But I asked her to make the parrot, and I also got a gun. So yeah, no pirates. A cutlass. I also got that one.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, in the goblet. So actually, I need to turn this way. You can see that little boy behind me.
Oh yeah, that looks like an old Legoland model almost.
Yeah, that is. It's from the Toy Stories. Toy Stories. Yeah, he was on display there. And he was in one of the old TV commercials with a soldier, where they were playing with the ships. And yeah, so it's pretty old. It's 30 years old.
Wow. It looks like, yeah, you can tell it's aged a bit, but I feel like that just kind of adds some character to the pirate.
It do, and I also made a cutlass and a gun that may fit his size. So I have that for him too. So
I love it. Yeah, so a real pirate super fan here. Well,
yeah, totally.
I'm sure you were a fan of the Barracuda Bay set then, and hopefully we'll get, like you said, some more Imperial sets to go with him at some point.
Yeah, we need that because well, I have the Barracuda Bay and I have the old Barracuda myself, so I have all the ships and all the sets, and we just need more pirates. So and now I live really close to Billund. I actually met Niels Milan, that designed the Pirates series. I met him last year, and that was crazy to meet him because he had all the old stories about how they made the series. So really amazing to meet him.
Yeah, those designers have so many great stories. Now, for people who want to check out your builds online, where's the best place to do that? Where do you typically post stuff online?
I have my own Facebook page just for my builds, and I have used Flickr a bit, but basically it's my Facebook and Instagram I use. So I will.
Great. Yeah. What's the username on there if people want to check that out?
Oh, I can't remember. It just it's like my username. It's just a piraten.
Okay.
You can just search for that. But I will drop the links in the comments afterwards.
Perfect. Sounds good. Well, thank you, Brian. Great projects. I hope you get the support to reach 10,000 because I think there's some really great stuff here. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Make sure you go over and support Brian's projects on Ideas. Look for links to the description to those projects.